Today we're working on the VET again. We're going to replace these fog lights with LEDs. And while we're at it, we're going to wet sand and buff up those lenses a little bit because they look real bad. So I'm not going to go through like the whole process of wet sanding because trying to record that would be extremely boring, but I am just going to start with like some 1500 grit, then do 2000, 2500 and 3000, and then polish it up. And so hopefully it'll look a little bit better and those lights will be a little bit brighter. So as you see, polishing them didn't do a whole lot of anything. It looks like a ton of that. Everything that's left is on the inside of the lens. This one looks worse, but actually yeah, it looks way worse. Well, cleaned up quite a bit, but it ain't necessarily good. I am going to be putting different projector lenses in both headlights and replacing these housings because as you see they're trashed as well. So when I have the bumper off, if these aren't horribly expensive, I'll buy new lenses or maybe whole new housings, whatever they sell. Haven't done any research yet, but for now, we're just gonna replace the bulb, see how it looks. To start taking the fog light bulb out, I've turned the wheel so it's pointed inside, and we're gonna take off all these screws. These are T15s. Once you get these screws out, your fender liner is going to move away. And if you look down in that hole right there, that is your fog light bulb. Just going to have to reach in there and turn it counterclockwise to get it out, and then unplug it from its harness. So that is the old bulb. These are the new bulbs. I'm not really expecting a whole lot because they were cheap and they don't really have any sort of direction. I guess the stock ones don't really either. These are just going to blow light, I don't know, out of their ass, and hopefully the reflector in there will direct it so it's not super obnoxious, but we'll find out in a minute. You're going to grab your new bulb, you're going to plug it into the harness that you pulled this one out of, which I'm still holding on to. That's as far out as it goes. You're going to pop it back into the old fog light housing hole, turn it clockwise about a quarter of a turn, and it'll be locked in place. It's hard to do holding the camera. There we go. And once you get that bulb put in, turn on your lights, make sure it works. You just obviously got to put this all back together, and then you can move on to the other side. And now you have a new bulb in your fog light lens. This side over here is going to be the exact same procedure, just obviously on the other side of the car. I know some people like to compare the outputs of stock halogen bulbs in either HIDs or LEDs and how their light output is or is not as a crisp, clean cutoff on the top side. There is the stock bulb, and over here, trying to hold the cardboard the same distance away, that black outline was the stock bulb. As you see, this one has a little bit less of a clean cutoff, but being a fog light starting so low, they shouldn't blind anyone, and if they do, I'll switch them out for something else. I like being able to see, but I like to make sure the person coming at me can see as well. Enjoy your new lights, and as always, have a good day. Or I guess in this case, have a good night, because now you can see.